The year is 1602. Europe stands on the brink of a new era, an age defined by exploration, trade, and the relentless pursuit of wealth and power. Europe buzzes with exploration and trade. The air is thick with the scent of spices, the clamor of merchants, and the excitement of new opportunities. The Portuguese and Spanish have tasted the riches of the East. Their ships return laden with silks, spices, and treasures that captivate the European imagination. The Dutch, eager for a piece of the action, create a company unlike any other, the Verenigde Oost-Indische Compagnie, or VOC, known in English as the Dutch East India Company. This bold move is driven by ambition and a desire to break the Iberian monopoly on Eastern trade. This company is no mere merchant vessel. It is a powerful force with the backing of the Dutch government. The VOC is granted extraordinary powers, transforming it into a quasi-state entity. It is granted a monopoly on trade with the East Indies, a vast region spanning from the Cape of Good Hope to the Strait of Magellan. This monopoly gives the VOC unparalleled control over the lucrative spice trade. The VOC is given the power to wage war, negotiate treaties, and establish colonies. These powers enable the company to protect its interests and expand its influence across the globe. It is a company poised to reshape the world. The VOC's fleet, flying its distinctive flag, sets sail with the hopes and dreams of a nation. The VOC is not just about profit, it is about national pride. The Dutch, recently freed from Spanish rule, are eager to prove their strength and assert their place on the world stage. The Dutch, recently freed from Spanish rule, are eager to prove their strength. The VOC becomes a symbol of their newfound independence and ambition. They see the VOC as a way to challenge the dominance of Portugal and Spain in the East. The company becomes a tool of national strategy, a means to assert Dutch power and influence. The company is granted a charter for 21 years, a period that would be repeatedly renewed, giving it a remarkable lifespan of almost 2 centuries. This charter provides the legal foundation for the VOC's operations and its enduring legacy. With this charter, the VOC sets sail, carrying with it the dreams of a nation. The ships are filled with goods, men, and the promise of untold riches. The founding of the VOC marks a turning point in history. It represents the birth of a new kind of enterprise, one that combines commercial ambition with state power. It is the birth of a new kind of enterprise, a multinational corporation with unprecedented power and reach. The VOC's influence extends far beyond trade, shaping the political and economic landscape of the time. The company would go on to dominate the spice trade, amass a fortune, and leave an indelible mark on the world. Its warehouses overflow with exotic goods, and its merchants grow wealthy and powerful. Its story is one of ambition, greed, innovation, and ultimately, decline. The VOC's rise and fall mirror the fortunes of the Dutch Republic itself, but in 1602, as the VOC sets sail, all of that is yet to come. The future is a vast, uncharted ocean, filled with both promise and peril. The future, like the distant shores of the East, shimmers with promise and peril. The VOC's journey is just beginning, and its impact will be felt for centuries to come. The driving force behind the VOC's creation is the insatiable European appetite for spices. This hunger for exotic flavors and the promise of immense wealth spurred European nations into a race for control over the spice trade. Pepper, cloves, nutmeg, and mace. These are the treasures of the East, prized for their flavor and their ability to preserve food in a time before refrigeration. These spices were not just culinary delights, but also essential commodities that could make or break fortunes. These spices, grown in the islands of the Indonesian archipelago, are worth their weight in gold in Europe. The lush tropical climate of these islands creates the perfect conditions for growing these valuable crops, making them the epicenter of the spice trade. Control over the spice trade means immense wealth and power. The ability to dictate the flow of these precious goods translates directly into economic and political influence, making the spice trade a highly coveted prize. The Portuguese had been the first Europeans to establish a foothold in the spice trade, but their grip is weakening. Their early dominance is now challenged by other European powers, eager to carve out their own share of the lucrative market. The Dutch, with their superior shipbuilding and navigation skills, see an opportunity. Their innovative ship designs and advanced navigational techniques give them a competitive edge in the race for control over the spice trade. The VOC's mission is clear: to wrest control of the spice trade from the Portuguese and establish a Dutch monopoly. This ambitious goal drives the company to invest heavily in its fleet and infrastructure. They are willing to use any means necessary to achieve their goal. From naval battles to strategic alliances, the VOC employs a variety of tactics to secure its dominance in the spice trade. The lure of spices is not just about flavor, it is about status. In European society, possessing exotic spices is a mark of distinction, a way to showcase one's wealth and sophistication. In Europe, spices are a luxury, a symbol of wealth and refinement. They are used not only in cooking but also as gifts and status symbols, enhancing the prestige of those who own them. To possess them is to partake in the exotic allure of the East. The mystique of these far-off lands adds to the desirability of spices, making them even more sought after. The demand for spices is insatiable, driving prices ever higher. This relentless demand ensures that the spice trade remains a highly profitable venture, attracting merchants and investors alike. The VOC, with its direct access to the source, stands to make unimaginable profits. By cutting out middlemen and controlling the supply chain, the company maximizes its earnings. The company's ships return to Amsterdam laden with spices, their holds fragrant with the scent of the East. Each successful voyage brings back a bounty that enriches the company and its investors. Investors reap enormous returns, fueling further investment in the company. The promise of high profits attracts more capital, enabling the VOC to expand its operations even further. The VOC grows rapidly, its fleets expanding, its ambitions growing bolder. The company's success in the spice trade lays the foundation for its transformation into a global trading powerhouse. The spice trade is the engine that drives the company's early success, transforming it from a fledgling enterprise into a global powerhouse. The VOC's dominance in the spice trade sets the stage for its future ventures and lasting legacy in global commerce. The VOC's ambitions extend far beyond simply trading in spices. They envision a global network of commerce and influence, a vision that drives their relentless expansion. The company establishes a vast network of trading posts and colonies, stretching from the Cape of Good Hope in South Africa to Deshima Island in Japan. This network is meticulously planned and strategically located to maximize their control over the lucrative spice trade and other valuable commodities. Its headquarters are established in Batavia, present-day Jakarta, Indonesia. Batavia becomes the nerve center of the VOC's operations, a bustling hub of activity where decisions that shape the fate of nations are made. From this central hub, the VOC controls a vast maritime empire. Their influence extends across the Indian Ocean, the South China Sea, and beyond, touching the lives of countless people and altering the course of history. The company's ships, known as East Indiamen, are technological marvels of their time. These vessels are not only large and sturdy, but also ingeniously designed to withstand the rigors of long voyages and the perils of the open sea. Large and sturdy, they are designed to carry vast quantities of cargo across treacherous seas. These ships are the lifeblood of the VOC, enabling the transport of spices, textiles, precious metals, and other goods that fuel the company's wealth and power. The VOC's navigators are among the most skilled in the world, using the stars and rudimentary maps to navigate the globe. Their expertise in navigation is crucial to the company's success, allowing them to chart courses through uncharted waters and reach distant lands. They brave storms, pirates, and disease, driven by the promise of riches and the ambition of their corporate masters. The life of a VOC sailor is fraught with danger, but the potential rewards are immense, attracting adventurers and fortune seekers from all over Europe. The VOC's expansion is not without its challenges. The company faces numerous obstacles, from hostile environments and treacherous waters to fierce resistance from those who oppose their dominance. The company faces fierce competition from European rivals, particularly the English and the Portuguese. These rivalries often lead to conflicts and skirmishes, as each nation vies for control over the most profitable trade routes and territories. It also encounters resistance from local rulers and populations who resent the VOC's growing power. The company's aggressive tactics and exploitation of local resources often lead to tensions and uprisings. The company responds with force, using its private army and navy to crush opposition and secure its interests. The VOC's military might is a key component of its strategy, enabling it to enforce its will and protect its assets. The VOC's success is built on a foundation of ruthless pragmatism. Its leaders are shrewd and calculating, always seeking to maximize profits and expand their influence. The company is willing to use diplomacy, deception, and brute force to achieve its goals. Whether through negotiation or coercion, the VOC is determined to maintain its dominance in the global trade network. It forms alliances, manipulates local rulers, and crushes resistance with equal zeal. The VOC's ability to adapt and respond to changing circumstances is a testament to its resilience and strategic acumen. It is this unwavering pursuit of profit, combined with its military and economic might, that allows the VOC to establish its vast and short-lived empire. Despite its eventual decline, the legacy of the VOC's expansive empire continues to shape the world we live in today. By the mid-17th century, the VOC is at the zenith of its power. It controls the spice trade, commands a vast fleet, and governs a sprawling empire in the East. Its warehouses in Amsterdam are overflowing with spices, silks, porcelain, and other treasures from the Orient. The company's shareholders, known as bewindhebbers, are among the wealthiest and most powerful individuals in the world. The VOC's success is unprecedented in history. Never before has a single company wielded such economic and political power. It is a true multinational corporation, operating across continents and cultures. Its influence is felt in the royal courts of Europe and in the bustling markets of Asia. The company's wealth transforms Amsterdam into a global financial center. The Amsterdam Stock Exchange, established in 1602, the same year as the VOC, becomes the world's first formal stock market. Shares in the VOC are traded alongside other commodities and securities, fueling speculation and investment. The VOC's success fuels a period of economic prosperity known as the Dutch Golden Age. However, the VOC's power comes at a price. The company's pursuit of profit leads to exploitation, violence, and environmental degradation. Its legacy is a complex mix of innovation, greed, and brutality. The VOC's story is a cautionary tale of the dangers of unchecked corporate power.